Have you ever heard of a country declaring war on birds and losing? It sounds like a joke, but in 1932, Australia did just that. This is the story of the Great Emu War. After World War I, many Australian veterans were given land to farm in Western Australia. Things were tough, and their luck was about to get a whole lot worse. A massive migration of 20,000 emus descended upon their farmlands. These giant, flightless birds were not just passing through, they were destroying crops, tearing down fences, and causing absolute chaos. The farmers, who were former soldiers, pleaded for help. So, what did the Australian government do? They sent in the military. Major G.P.W. Meredith of the Royal Australian Artillery was put in charge. He arrived with 2 soldiers and 2 heavy-duty Lewis machine guns, plus 10,000 rounds of ammunition. On paper, it looked like an easy win. Man versus bird, machine guns versus, well, emus. They expected a quick and decisive victory. The first attempt was a disaster. The soldiers tried to ambush a flock of about 50 emus, but the birds were too clever. They scattered in all directions as soon as the shooting started, running so fast and erratically that the gunners could barely hit anything. After firing hundreds of rounds, they only managed to take down a handful of emus. The birds were described as being like tanks, with bullets seemingly bouncing right off them. The military tried different tactics. They mounted a gun on a truck for a high-speed chase, but the ride was so bumpy they couldn't aim, and the truck couldn't even keep up with the speedy birds. In one comical moment, the truck crashed through a fence after an emu got tangled in the steering wheel. Day after day, the results were the same, a huge amount of ammunition spent for very few results. The emus proved to be masters of guerrilla warfare, splitting into small groups and using their speed and unpredictability to outsmart the soldiers. After about a week, the media got wind of the operation, and it became a national embarrassment. Headlines mocked the army's failure. Major Meredith himself praised the emus military strategy, saying, "If we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world." Eventually, the government called off the operation. The soldiers went home, defeated. The final score: the Australian military roughly 0. The emus 1. The farmers' problems weren't solved, but the Great Emu War went down in history as one of the most bizarre and hilarious military campaigns ever. It just goes to show you should never underestimate your opponent, especially when they're a 6-foot-tall bird. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this wild piece of history, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories you won't believe.